Greetings. Welcome to the Inspiration Talk podcast with your creator and your host, Timothy Robinson. The time has finally come, and I'm excited for this opportunity. Um, First of all, I'd like to thank God who's the head of my life, and I could not do this without the strength and of God. I couldn't do this without that, without Him. So I'd like to thank God for this opportunity. And I like to thank my friends and my family members. They was patiently waiting on when some recording is going to drop. And I had to learn all about the podcast world too as well. But the time has finally come, and I'm excited to be able to bring forward to you the Inspirational Talk podcast. The meaning of it, inspirational talk. Inspirational talk. Anybody that know me, that knows that I'm all about positivity. You know, I'm always trying to move forward and put a positive twist on things. And the Inspirational Talk podcast, the title stems is a part of my personality, right? It's a part of my personality. So I wanted to be able to do something the next phase of my life, and I want to be able to be impact, and I want to be able to reach the mass, and through social media, and since what COVID happened a couple of years ago, um, the social media world and a lot of our companies and things, they started doing Zoom meetings and Zoom calls and things of that nature. And so I thought about it, and then the podcast world was booming, and I said, well, you know what, I can be able to, maybe I can be able to look into that and, put a different spin, on, you know, on my life, and uh, try to be able to help people through the podcast world. And so, uh, of course, I put it in prayer, and I've been, dealing with it about a year and a half now. And once God puts something in your spirit, and it's hard for you to shake it, Rick. It's hard for you to shake it, right? Yes, hard for you to shake it. So the meaning is a big part of my personality, inspirational talk. And like I say, anybody that know me, you know I'm all about inspiring, giving hope to the hopeless, and being able to help someone if I can, right? The goal of it, the goal of it is like I stated just then, to be able to give hope to the hopeless. Um, I had a experience a couple of years ago, several years ago, to be honest with you, several years ago. I had the privilege to attend an AA meeting, and I was blown away by the testimonies and the transparency in the testimonies. And while I was in prayer about the Inspiration Talk podcast, the Lord revealed to me, what type of platform that I can have, and how I can use it, for His good and for His glory, you know. And so, being at the AA meeting, you have people that been addicted to drugs for years. Some may have relapsed the night before. Excuse me, the night before. Some may have relapsed on the way to the AA meeting. But the thing about it was, they was able to come in, give their testimonies, and when nobody judging, nobody, when nobody talking to nobody, because it's understood across the board. We all addicts, so that was taken off the board. It was well understood, and so I was blown away by the compassion of it too as well. And the goal for the Inspiration Talk podcast, the goal is simple. The goal is to give hope to the hopeless, but we also have rules too, and the rules of the platform is simple. You know, you are able to call in and go live with me, or you can email me your questions at robinson38135 at yahoo.com, or you can be able to text me. And people say I may regret this later, but I'm gonna go ahead on and start putting it out there like this. You can be able to text me um, your concerns at 901-219-4033. Again, 901-219-4033. And the topics that we're going to talk about, they're not popular topics, people. They're not popular topics. We're going to talk about trauma, abuse, anger, pain, family drama, and drama that you deal with in everyday life. You know, situations on your job, situations with your kids, situations with your friends. We're going to be able to talk about it on this platform now. The names remain nameless and no profanity. And at the end of it, it's important for me to be able to put the disclaimer out there that, listen, it's very important to seek professional help or spiritual guidance. Okay? So, in the midst of it, it's just a platform to be able to get your voice heard, and I can listen. Because a lot of times in a lot of situations, we it's hard for us to see anything different because we are in our own way in these situations. So in some cases that's the case. In some cases it's not. So this is a platform to be able to you can be able to call in and be yourself. Be able to call in and be yourself. Who am I? Like I said, I'm Timothy Robinson, and I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee, and um, let me say this: I'm an author, uh, public speaker, minister, and but I look at it like this: titles are for other people. I just want to be called a servant of God, a man that serves God's people. And let me just jump back on something. This is not a platform for us to debate religious beliefs, politics, and debate ideologies. This is not that. This is not that. Uh, in the near future, you're going to see me putting out, daily or weekly motivational quotes and messages and things to keep us uplifted and to keep us moving forward in a positive manner too as well. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Um, like I said, this has been a birth in my spirit about a year and a half ago. Been praying about it, and social media is a big thing since COVID. And like I said, a lot of the companies and things, they went on, the social media platforms, the Zooms and things of that nature, to Googles, and to be able to still stay connected, and the churches to still be able to stay connected with the people. And by me being a public speaker, I wanted a platform where I can be 100% unapologetic myself. Because once you get invited to different conferences and different churches or events or things of that nature, you often ask, what's the overall vision of a particular conference, and you want to tailor your message for that particular event. But on the Inspiration Talk podcast, I can also be 100% unapologetic myself. But now, I still accept invites to conferences or churches or things of that nature. So I'm still open for that. So that's the nature of the Inspiration Talk podcast. Why am I doing this? Like I stated, it's about this year in May will be 3 years. I lost my wife for 26 years. That was difficult for me. Difficult for me because we've been together, you know, my whole adult life. And against my family and my friends' opinions, I decided to come back here in Mississippi to live alone. And I was afraid, make no bones about it. I was afraid. Started grieving, difficult, lonely nights, lonely moments. And I came to a point in my life where, I often had tunnel vision, right? I often had tunnel vision, you know, ever since I was young, a kid, you know, I listened to people. And people told me, if you want to be successful, you got to go to college. So I went to college, uh, played football. And they also told me, if you want to be successful and whole, you have to have your family, be married, be a family man. I did that. Absolutely blessing in my life. And, you know, after that, said, if you really truly want to be successful, you got to do something that's bigger than yourself. And I stepped into the public speaking, the motivational speaking, you know, the ministry. I stepped into that, and still, you know, I'm tremendously blessed. But here, a time came in my life where I was back. I had to challenge everything that I uh, was built up to be. I had to challenge that, and losing my wife of 26 years, I was back at square one. I was afraid. I was scared. I didn't know how tomorrow was going to be. Now I knew that I was tough. I knew that. I knew that if anything ever happened, I was going to get a chin up, chest out. I was going to get it. And I wanted to be in a space that I need to hear a word from the Lord. I just, I just, I just want to push everything away and just deal with me and God. And the days was trying. They was tough. They was lonely. Let me say this. They got a code in the street. Well, if you have a problem with me, you keep the problem with me. Don't touch my family. It's a reason why. I understand that. I mean, I understood it then, but I truly understand it now. And there's nothing like a hurt that comes from one of your family members passing. There's nothing like that. I wouldn't wish that. I mean, I don't have any known enemies that I don't know, but I don't wish that on anybody. Never. Not even my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But I went through that with God's grace and mercy and God keeping me. And then, the silence of it all at one point became too loud. The silence became too loud. And after that, I, I I saw therapy. Even though that I have a counselor's background, I'm a teacher, that, and so once I pretty much know the gist of the questions and how the counselor thing is, how the therapist thing is formatted, and so even though that I knew that, but I wanted to be able to talk to someone that didn't know me, that didn't know my wife at the time, and just listen to what I had to say. And I didn't want to be thinking what I'm thinking rational, which I'm thinking irrational. And that was the overall basis of me going to therapy. Uh, Grieving, yes, okay, I can grieve. Yeah, that comes with, you know, that comes with being a human being. I get that, I get that, but I didn't want to be, I didn't want to be flirting with going to the other side with my mind slipping, and I didn't know it by me being by myself. That's the overall basis of what I'm trying to say. Who I am, like I said, I come from the inner city of Memphis, born and raised. And for the people in Memphis, the area that I come from, please don't, excuse me, please don't, how I'm trying to say this, please don't talk about the way I talk. But I come from Memphis. I was raised in the inner city of Memphis, and people that was raised in the inner city of Memphis, I was raised in North Memphis. But people from North Memphis don't call it North Memphis; they call it North Memphis. So I'm from North Memphis, and who I am, yeah, that's who I am. I'm a for always and forever for always. I don't know if that's a word. I'm a always and forever be a North Memphis kid. I'm from the north side of town. Yes, I am. Uh, I'm proud of my upbringing. I'm very thankful for that. And I'm very thankful for the friends that the Lord set in my path along the way. Uh, and so, yes, I'm from uh, I'm from North Memphis. And transparency. Anything about my life, you know, that is going to be displayed on this platform. We can talk about anything. Because here's the thing with me. Everybody that ever did or said anything negative to me, I forgave them. I'm trying to live the best life that I can possibly live. Every trial came to shape the man who you are listening to and looking at today. Every trial, every tribulation, every out, every misunderstanding, every I don't like you for whatever reason, Tim. I hold no ill feelings toward because it helped me be the man that I am today. And I'm very thankful for that. And I'm humble by it. I'm humble for that too as well. So a lot of transparency that you're gonna get from me. Let's have fun. Just like I stated, earlier that I'm from now Memphis. You're gonna get a chance to see on this platform that I'm very silly, I'm witty, I have a sharp tongue, you know, and I love to laugh. I love to laugh because despite of in spite of what you're going through, I remember my pastor, let me share this with you. I remember my pastor told me years ago we was after church laughing about something. And my pastor told me, he said, you know what, Timmy, my family members and my friends, in my church family back at home in Memphis, they all call me Timmy. And he said, you know what, Timmy? He said, you really silly. And I said, yeah, right. Like you are too. And he said, you know what? The Lord gave you the gift of laughter. And I looked at him. I had to look on my face like, tell me more. And he said, because you think deep. And with that deep thinking of yours, if you would have, if your personality would always have been like that, if your personality would have been just a deep thinker, you would have lost your mind a long time ago. So the Lord gave you the gift of laughter so it can lighten your heart. And I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate that. I appreciate nugget that my pastor gave me. A lot of things that we're going to talk about on this platform that's going to be is going to resort back to what he has told me, and I didn't see it at the time, and but it came up at the right time. God's time is always the right time, and this is a platform now that we're not going to debate religious beliefs. We're not going to debate politics. We're not going to debate ideologies. We're not going to do that. We're going to seek healing. We're going to inspire. We're going to have fun doing it. But most of all, we're going to listen. Okay? All right, my contact information. Email me questions, your concerns at robinson38135 at yahoo.com. Once again, it's Robinson38135 at yahoo.com. And now, quite a few people told me don't do this, and I might regret this later, but I'm gonna start out doing this because I'm a newbie in this thing. If you want to be able to text me, please text me. Text me your questions or your concerns, or if you want to set up for a private session, via phone or via conference call. You want to set up a private session. There's, I think it's like 20 minutes or 30 minutes a session, and there is a fee that comes with that, a private session too, as well. Please text me at 901-219-4033. Again, 901-219-4033. The time has come. Inspirational Talk podcast with your creator and your host, Timothy Robinson. Talk to you later. Bye.